mentor show tonight. It's going to be a great one. Welcome. Good evening, ma. Waiting for my guests. Good evening. Welcome to the Mentor Show. Waiting for my guests. Waiting for my guests to join us tonight. I hope you are. Let's check what is happening on Facebook. All right. Welcome. Oh, Femo. Femo, it's been a long time. How are you doing? Yeah, they are missing out in this series. Yeah, we'll just continue. The young ones are missing out really, but we will not stop. We'll continue to bring guests who are trailblazers, who are outstanding, guests who are phenomenal in their own rights. Like we've had the real Femi has been here before. He was one of those guests that started with us way back in 2020, May 2020. Sometimes things in life, it takes time for people to get traction, to know the value of what they are missing. So we'll continue. All the previous series we've had on this mentor show. Mama Kosi, welcome. Welcome to the mentor show. Welcome to the mentor show. All right, I think let me just go ahead and lower this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mentor Show. Let's have our intro.
Switched on and ready to go. Hello, welcome. Strap yourself in because we're set up, switched on and ready to
go. Hello.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Olushola Ajide, your
Welcome.
host on the Mentors Show, where we inspire you, help you reinvent yourself, and to make a positive impact in your community, in your country, and on your continent.
Yes.
We mentor people across Africa. We bring you guests with inspiring life stories who are themselves transformation agents, making a positive change in their profession and nations. Subscribe to the African Coaching and Mentorship Initiative YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Yes.
Strap yourself in.
Welcome. It's the Mentor Show, where we inspire you, where we help you to discover, as it were, discover yourself and help you reinvent yourself. And not only just reinvent yourself, but also to begin to make a positive impact, if you like, a positive impact in your community, in your country, and on your continent, because you were born to make impact. You were born to make impact. Macarius 07, you were born to make impact. And that's what we do on the Mentors Show. Tonight, we're still waiting for our guests. We'll bring you guests who are transformational agents, guests who are themselves trailblazers, if you like. And our guest tonight, I'm telling you, a scientist, a nuclear scientist. You know, when you have well, let me not go that route. You have our guest tonight is a nuclear scientist. I think that's just it. So we'll wait for her. We'll wait for her to join us tonight. Our guest is a person making great phenomenal wave, even on the continent of Africa, just like we said in the intro. And it will be nice for you to follow us on Instagram, Africa Coaching and Mentorship. Follow us on Facebook at Dr. Olushola Ajide, and follow us on YouTube. On the YouTube and on Instagram, you will have a collection of our previous episodes of various guests who have been on this show, who have shown us from their lives that you can make a substantial change. You can be the change you want to see. You don't necessarily need to wait for the government. You can be the change you want to see in your community, in your country, and on your continent. So we wait. So we wait for our guest. All right. So it's been a great one this year. We've had series of guests on this show who have been wonderful people who are doing phenomenal things. And the reason why we bring these guests to you is just to prove to you that they are, if you like to use the word, ordinary people like yourself. Ordinary people like yourself who can make things happen, who can be the change. Male and female, all the guests we've had this year, they are first, they are trailblazers, like Lady Tete from the UK, who was the first female lady to be in the inner temple of the legal department, issues in the UK. That you can be the change, but it all starts by you being recognizing who you are, knowing your identity, being conscious that you were born to solve a problem, being conscious that you were born to be the answer to somebody's prayer, if you like to put it that way. And that's why we come your way every Tuesday to bring guests. And if we're not bringing guests on your way, we also come to talk about mapping the natural resources of Africa. Africa is blessed with natural resources, and we've been mapping each of these countries on the continent of Africa. We've been going country by country, and we I think we're on nation 13. I think we've just done nation 13. We are going to Djibouti the next time we come on live, and to show to you that on the continent of Africa there are no problems. Actually, there are opportunities. All the problems on the continent of Africa are opportunities. I had someone, I was able to attend a seminar, an online conference organized by Chinwe Okoli, Chinwe also has been on this show. Chinwe, the executive officer for Grand Africa Initiative. It was a wonderful conference, 2-day conference, Friday, Saturday. It was a marvelous conference. And one of the testimonials from that conference was a young man who was working for Total, who has worked for Schlumberger, Total, and all these multinationals, oil companies. And he resigned. He resigned. And when he resigned, his brother said everybody felt or thought he was mad. He was crazy. He resigned and started a company. And what does he do? He takes wastes, recycled wastes, to turn to things which he exports out of Nigeria. And that today he has about 12,000 employees. Can you beat that? Somebody who was just an employee with a multinational company, the oil company, saw opportunity in waste materials, which people say that they don't make anything, and started a company. And that company today has employed 12,000 people, and that company today is exporting these waste materials out of Nigeria. The point is that there are no problems in Africa. There are abundant opportunities in Africa. Only if you would discover and which problem you want to solve. It's if you discover the problem you want to solve and you put your mind to it, you will discover that you're going to hit a gold mine, and you can bring transformation to the continent of Africa. Transformation to the lives of people you're going to impact with that project, even with that project. And that's the reason, these kind of stories are the reasons why we come online. And interestingly enough, as I come online every Tuesday, I've met wonderful youths across the continent of Africa, all the way from Cameroon, South Africa, those who have been on the show, and even those who stumble on the show. I met a young man that came on the show also last Tuesday from South Africa, doing phenomenal things, who was an entrepreneur, was impacted by the COVID, but he's not giving up. So these are wonderful opportunities that we have on the continent of Africa. And there's a need for each and every one of us to discover why we were born and to make a positive step in solving the problem that we discover. For me, I'm an academic. I'm passionate about academic education. The problem of education, we are trying to do something in that regard. The issue of education in Africa, in trying to and part of what we are doing, what I'm doing on air also, is educating with the mapping Africa resources we're doing. Mapping the resources of Africa is educating, bringing awareness to people who are supposed to be maybe investors who want to invest in opportunities in health sector in Africa, opportunities of health, of agriculture sector in Africa, opportunities of transportation in Africa, manufacturing in Africa. See, Africa is a huge land of opportunities. It's a huge space of opportunities. So it's just going to be that you must discover why you were born. And I think if that is Nike, I've told to Nike the other day, who is to discover using our profession to be of benefit to Africa. You see, each of us were born to solve a problem, and there's a need for us to discover that issue we're born to solve, and we'll begin to find a way of solving it, working towards it. We're not just born to live, to live, eat food, go to the toilet, release the waste out, sleep, wake up, eat food, go. That cycle, we shouldn't live like that. We shouldn't live in that cycle. We should live in the cycle of fulfilling why we were born, discovering, even if you are going to be using materials and things, there's a need for us to discover why we were born and begin to walk in line with that. Well, perhaps our guest is maybe she's double booked. I was still chatting with her till okay. And I think, very interestingly, our guest who's supposed to be here tonight will be among those people that will be needed even for the continent of Africa to use nuclear power to okay. Okay, is that what she? There is perhaps I guess double booked. There is an award going on, Women in Tech Global Awards. Women in Tech. Maybe she double booked. She's been. Okay. We are on a global stage in 2 different categories. Most Disruptive Award nominee. So perhaps she will get the award tonight. I think she's double booked. She's on an award, Women in Tech. That is what we are talking about. That a young lady like this is doing great things and bringing disruption to the technology industry, to the engineering, to science on the continent of Africa. It's possible. So if you're an engineer, I think I saw Shogo or somebody there. Okay. Thank you, sir. Mr. Sampson, all the way from Canada. Thank you so much for joining. So that in any profession is that in Africa we should use our profession to bring about change. You know, I'm concerned, I'm bothered. Until I came through my PhD, that I began to think actually to say, why do we have a lot of people going to in educational institutions in Africa and you cannot see change. You have civil engineers who cannot do any construction. You have people coming out of educational institutions, and you are pouring them out of educational institutions, and they are not having jobs. Why? Because employers are saying they are not employable. And I pray, God forbid, a professor, if you go to look at Professor Lumumba, who mentioned that the way Africa is going, with China being the one doing all the projects we are doing, in 20 years' time, we will be colonized by China. God forbid that Africa will be colonized by China, because China is already in every nation of the continent. China is already has taken over, because some nations cannot pay their debt, has taken over some major assets in some nations. You see, it's a border, and this is one of the reasons why we come on the Africa Coaching and Mentorship Initiative to keep it as if I'm shouting. Yes, we must continue to have this conversation. We cannot stop having this conversation of having people that will bring about change on the continent of Africa. We should be able to do things. Vaccine now, we are asking for the world to donate vaccine to us. What happened to all the people that went to school in Africa? Even if they went to school, they could have been sent somewhere to go and get the knowledge and come back and use the knowledge. So these are part of the challenges that we have as a continent. And we must find a way of solving this problem. We must find a way of liberating ourselves from the shackles of this dependency. We must find a way of releasing ourselves from the shackles of this dependency on the West, begging people. God forbid that in 20 years' time, like that professor mentioned, that Africa will be colonized by China. God forbid. But that will only be if you, as a person who are on this call tonight, on this show tonight, you recognize why you were born. You recognize the problem you were born to solve. Ruben 090, you just joined us on Instagram. If you recognize the problem you were born to solve and begin to find a way of solving that problem and begin to find a way of ensuring that Africa will never be colonized again. There's problem in agriculture. There's need for mechanization of agricultural tools. We need mechanized farming. We need tractors that need to be created, and that's why I'm excited. We've had on this show the young man from Plateau State who is manufacturing cars, who is manufacturing tractors. Those are kind of things we need from people, from everyone who is on the continent, either in the continent or in the diaspora. We are the solution. We are the people that will solve the problem. And to be honest with you, the people in the West are not interested in our development. That's the truth. That's the stark reality. The West is not interested in your development. It is you in Africa that need to arise and be interested in your development by strategizing, looking for how to solve problems. And that's what the young people are doing. Like I've been saying it when we do the mapping Africa resources, mapping natural resources in Africa. 65% of the population of the close to 1.3 billion people on the continent of Africa, 65% of that 1.3 billion people are under the age of 25. Statistics have shown that. Records have shown that. Out of 1.3 billion, 65% or thereabout are under the age of 25. So we must find a way of getting skills, getting knowledge that will bring solution to the problem in Africa, the problem of diseases, the problem of war, the problem of health, the problem of need for infrastructure. And again, the problem of our leaders, not our leaders. Yeah, bienvenue, Trevor. Yeah, that's Trevor from Cameroon. Yeah, comment ça va? So we must find a way in which our leaders in Africa they enter into decisions, enter into contracts. And when they enter into this contract, the contract are not beneficial to the nations. Jets, private jets, jumbo jets are flying into Africa every day, and they are going out with resources. It's very painful. It's very interesting that, look at it, all of us in Africa, we use phone. Africa's phone penetration every day. We are using phone every day. All this phone is being used, is being bought different kind of phone, techno phone, different kind of phone is coming into Africa. But we don't have any produced on the continent of Africa. Whereas these phones cannot work without a critical raw material that can only be found on the continent of Africa. Is it not pitiable? Is it not pitiable that any phone you see on the earth today, even the phone used by the current president Joe Biden in America, the phone used by our president in Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari, the phone used by the president of Cameroon, the phone used by the president of South Africa, the phone used by the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, those phones cannot function without a critical raw material that can only be found on the continent of Africa. So you see that we have, and that's why we say you, let me not say you youths, all of us are a youth, I'm a youth, you are youth. We are the solution to the problem. All the problems on the continent of Africa, we are the solution to the problems on the continent of Africa. And that's why you must discover why you were born. You must discover why you were born. You must know the problem you were born to solve. You must know the problem you were born to solve. Is it in the agriculture sector? Is it in the health sector? Is it in the area of bringing about peace, safety and peace? Is it in the area of education? Is it in the area of development? Is it in the area of economics? You must discover and know why you were born and set out to begin to achieve that purpose. And this is the reason, like I told you, this is the reason why we were born, and that's why we keep coming here every Tuesday to bring and to remind you and bring this topic and these issues, this debate to your remembrance, so that we can fulfill purpose, so that Africa can be delivered from the shackles of bondage seemingly by our leaders and by international partnerships that might not be working positively for our own good. Might not be working positively for our own good. So there's a need for us to find the problem we're going to solve and begin to work towards solving that problem. So that is. Trevor, are you here? Trevor, let me know. Last time last week you ran away. Trevor, are you here? You are a young man. Okay. Okay, come live. You are a young man. I've sent you a request. What are the things you are seeing in Cameroon, and what are the problems you are working towards? I know we connected on Instagram, and discussed about some issues. We'll be connected first through the King Choir, which is... Yeah, good evening, Trevor. How are you today? Your internet is going. Step Drums, Ovie. Good evening, welcome to the Mentors Show. So Trevor, if you can hear me, what are the issues that are okay? It's as if your internet took you out. Step Drums, tell us where you're joining us from. And the question we have asked before you join us, Step Drums, is have you discovered why you were born? Have you discovered the problem you were born to solve? Have you discovered the problem you were born to solve? Okay. Where in Nigeria, Step Drums? Where are you located in Nigeria? Okay, yeah, Trevor, welcome back. Bienvenue. So, okay, I think from Lagos. Okay, welcome. So, Trevor, my guest tonight, I think, is on another award. My guest, who is a nuclear scientist in South Africa, from South Africa, is not available tonight. Perhaps she's on another award. She double booked, and but we'll bring her again. For bad connection, but you can hear me, Trevor. You see, now this is one of the things also that is a problem that must be fixed on the continent of Africa, which I think the youth have a critical role to play about it, and that's the issue of interconnectivity. Internet is expensive, extremely expensive. We need disruptors. We need people who can think. We need people who can invent new ways of connecting to the internet in a cheaper, faster, and smooth way. These are problems that we need young people. Yeah, we need young people to work on and bring about solution for Africa. And that's why I'm proud of our association with the business, the young man from Zimbabwe. He has been also on this show, Mr. Sean Benjamin, who is among Forbes 30 under 30 young people doing wonderful things, an award winner, doing wonderful things with his company, Learnable. And they are teaching people how to use mobile phone, using small things like WhatsApp, and also to teach people with a phone, even without the internet. These are the kind of disruptors we are looking for on the continent of Africa. These are the kind of disruptors we are looking for on the continent of Africa to bring about change for this particular continent. So it's well, our guest double booked. Like I mentioned earlier, she's on an award night. She's been recognized as the most disruptive award nominee for an award organized by Women in Technology, inspiring women in technology. So she's doing great things, wonderful things our guest is doing. So we believe that God willing, we'll be able to bring her back again to share with us and to learn from her life. And interestingly, she's doing all that great one. She's a non-executive director. She's doing marvelous, marvelous, marvelous things. Even from the continent, from that same continent. At a very young age, she's already a non-executive director on the South Africa Nuclear Limited. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? And those are the kind of stories we need to share with us, to bring to us, so that we can make great impact on the continent of Africa. Well, I would draw the curtain tonight and call it a day. We've already spent some good time together. I've made the point of the fact that there's a need for you to discover why you were born, the purpose why you're born, the problem you're born to solve. Discover the problem you're born to solve and begin to find a way to solve that problem. So thank you everybody who has been on the show tonight. I thank POP Stars, Ola Chris 11, Ruben 090, Mama _Kosi, Macarios, Judy Stats 101, Step Drums Ovie, Mao Unne, Olanike Tumishe, Trevor, Aliyah. Thank you everyone who has been with us tonight. We'll come your way again, God willing, Tuesday next week. We'll bring our guest back because she could not make it today. We'll bring her back, and we hope she'll come next week with the award, since she's been nominated. So she will come with the award for us to celebrate again of the great work that young people are doing on the continent of Africa, bringing about change, transformation, even in various spheres on the continent. So thank you very much. I'm your host on the show, Dr. Olushola Ajide, signing off. Thank you for your time. Thank you, sir. Mr. Samson, thank you, Oluwashogo. Thank you, Engineer Oluwashogo. Thank you, sir. Mr. Samson, sir, all the way in Canada, who joined us and providing support to us. Thank you so much for being with us on Facebook. And for those who are on YouTube, thank you so much. We'll see you. Those on Instagram, thank you so much. We'll see you again, God willing, next week, Tuesday, by the grace of God. Bye.